Hello and welcome to a new program of Vaughan and Vivo. Yes, you and me together. Otra vez, class time. It's class time, so sit down, be still, and let's start. Okay. I said sit down, be still, pay attention, and let's start. Okay? Very good. It's hot in here. Yeah, you know, all these lights shining on me, all the people watching me. There's a floor technician there. There are people up there. There are about 6 people watching everything I do, and it makes me nervous. Me pone nervioso en inglés. Me hace nervioso. It makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. You make me nervous too. You watching me, sitting on your couch, sitting on in your armchair. Hecho sentado en el sofá y hecho on. Sitting on the couch, sitting in the armchair, or sitting on the foot of your bed. Los pies tienen las camas tienen un pie. Tienen 4 patas y un pie. Beds are the only thing that has 4 legs and only 1 foot. Okay, it's a bed. Some people are sitting on the edge of their bed, at the foot of their bed, watching this program, and some people are lying in bed watching this program, and they have a remote control and they're zapping, and they stop. I said, "Este tío?" And they look at me, and it makes me nervous. Me pone nervioso. It makes me nervous, and sometimes it drives me crazy. Okay, it drives me crazy. Vamos a mirar los dos verbos aquí. Verbo to make, hacer, and the verbo to drive, conducir. To drive, impulsar también es to drive. Cuando es locura es to drive. Me estás volviendo loco. You're driving me crazy. Which can be good or bad. Esa chica me vuelve loco. That girl drives me crazy. Me estoy volviendo loco porque esa chica me está volviendo loco. Escuchad. I'm going crazy because that girl is driving me crazy. I'm going mad because that girl is driving me mad. Okay? I'm going crazy because the technicians here are driving me crazy. Cuando uno se vuelve loco, el verbo es to go. Cuando es un agente externo, el que te vuelve loco, se dice to drive. That person is, I'm going crazy because that person is driving me crazy. I'm going crazy because the music, the noise is so loud, the noise is driving me crazy. It's driving me mad. It's driving me up the wall. In Spanish you say, me subo por las paredes. Me estoy subiendo por las paredes. But in English, me conduce, me mando por las paredes. It's driving me up the wall. It's driving me gaga. It's driving me crazy. Siempre driving. Yeah, I'm going crazy. I'm going gaga. I'm going mad. Okay. And you're making me nervous. You're making me nervous. Todo el mundo fue a la fiesta. Yeah, everybody went to the party. Everyone, ambos valen, went to the party, incluso mi jefe. ¿Te imaginas? Even my boss. Everybody went to the party, even my boss. And my boss never goes to parties. He's a party pooper. Okay, es un aguafiestas. He's a party pooper. He doesn't like to go to parties. He's not a very sociable person. He's not a people person, okay? He really, to tell you the truth, he doesn't like people. He's a kind of recluse. Es una especie de ermitaño. Es una especie de ermitaño, asceta. He's a kind of. He's a kind of recluse, really. In his job, he's okay. If he needs to be sociable in his professional life, he's sociable. He has good social skills on the job. But in his private life, he's a recluse. Curioso, en español tenéis la palabra recluso, pero eso es un preso, un prisionero, un recluso. Pero en inglés, a recluse es una persona que se recluye de la vida, que se repliega de la vida y busca la soledad. A recluse is a person who looks for solitude and likes to be alone. Likes to be an island, un isla, and not to deal with other people. And I know some people, it's interesting, I have met some managers in Spain and in other countries who, when they're working, they're perfectly sociable and perfectly capable of dealing with people. And in their private life, forget it. They don't want to be with anybody. In fact, my father was a bit like that. My father was a person who was the best people person imaginable. The best. And then at home, he wasn't. He was not interested. I think when he got home from work, he didn't want to see people anymore because his job required people skills. Se dice habilidades con la gente, habilidades sociales. Okay, and my father had very good people skills, but not at home. And he just cut completely. And on the weekends or late in the evenings, he was very quiet. I'm a bit the same. In this job, teaching English, I have to talk all the time. I have to talk all the time. And I remember many years ago, when I was first married, I was teaching a person. And of course, the class was fun. We were having always fun. My classes are normally stimulating and fun and educational and productive and constructive, etc. And the student says, wow, this guy's really cool. Este tío mola mucho. This guy's really cool. I love the class with him. And so he invited me and my wife to his house with his wife to have lunch or dinner. And he told his wife, este tío es increíble. This guy, you're going to really like him. He's very sociable. And when we went, of course, I wasn't. Because in my private life, I'm not very sociable, okay? I'm a carro borriquero, okay? And the wife said, well, didn't you tell me he was sociable? Well, he is in class. All right. So I'm a little like my father. I'm sociable because my job requires me to be sociable. And I can talk forever if the job description says, point 1, punctuality on my job description. Point 2, good knowledge of English. Point 3, the ability to talk forever. Okay, very good. And so I have to fulfill the requirements. Cumplir los requisitos o requerimientos. I have to fulfill the requirements of the job description. And point number 3 on the job description says that I have to be able, tengo que poder hablar sin parar. I have to be able to talk forever, okay? Even if it means traveling around the cerros de Úbeda, okay? I have to continue talking and talking and talking. All right, so todo el mundo fue a la fiesta, incluso mi jefe. Everybody went to the party. Even my boss, even is incluso. Not even is ni siquiera. Nobody went to the party. Not even the host. Nadie fue a la fiesta, ni siquiera el anfitrión. Nobody went to the party. Not even the host. Okay. Nadie sabe nada acerca de mí, eh? Nobody knows anything about me. Really. People think they know things about me, but they really don't know anything. Do you know anything about me? Okay, do you know anything about Juan Luis, the floor technician? I don't know anything about him. I know that he works in television. I know that he's young. I know that he is single, I think, okay? But I don't know anything about him. Do you know anything about him? Okay. Se tarda media hora en llegar al aeropuerto. It takes half an hour, media hora, half an hour to get to the airport from here. If you want to go to the airport from here, from this television studio, it will take you half an hour. If you call a taxi, if you call a cab, hay dos formas para decir, bueno, hay tres formas, ojo, taxi, taxi cab, and cab. Y un conductor de taxi taxista is a taxi driver, como la película famosa with Robert De Niro, taxi driver, or cab driver. Also, we say cabbie. I think that's more common in London than in New York or other places. Cab driver, a taxi cab. If you call a cab, it will take you half an hour to get to the airport, para llegar to get to the airport. Half an hour. Muchos americanos dicen a half hour, pero lo más corriente siempre es, para mí es half an hour, half an hour, half an hour. Y hora y media es an hour and a half. Lo que sí hay que recordar aquí es la L de half es muda. Half. Whole, half. One half, two halves. Okay. Se tarda media hora. It takes half an hour to drive from here to the airport. It takes an hour to drive from Madrid to Segovia. It takes 6 hours to drive from Madrid to Barcelona. It takes 5 hours to drive from Houston. No, miento. No, it's not true. It takes 4 hours. No, it takes 5 hours to drive from Houston to Dallas. It takes 5 hours to drive from San Antonio to Dallas. It takes 4 days to drive from New York to San Diego. It takes 5 days to drive from Miami to Seattle, Washington. Okay? It takes a long time. Once I drove from Texas, from Austin, Texas, in the center of Texas, to Niagara Falls, next to Buffalo, New York. It took me 7 days. Okay? Now, if I had driven on the best highways, it would have taken me 3 days. But it took me 7 days because I wasn't in a hurry. It takes, how long does it take? How long does it take to learn a language? Well, it depends. What does it depend on? What does it depend on? Well, it depends on how much you study. It depends on how seriously you approach the challenge. And it depends on how old you are. It depends on several different factors, okay? How long does it take? How long does it take? How long does it take? How long does it take you to get ready to watch this program? How long does it take me to prepare this program? It doesn't take me any time. I don't prepare this program. I have already accumulated 35 years of preparation for this program, so it doesn't take me any time. But it takes me 25 minutes to drive here. Okay, I have a radio program and I come here directly when I finish my radio program, and it takes me 25 minutes. Okay, if there weren't any traffic, it would take me 10 minutes, probably, or 15. If there weren't, si no hubiera nada de tráfico, if there weren't any traffic, it would take me less, much less. It would take me only 10 or 15 minutes. But normally it takes me 25 minutes because there's quite a bit of traffic in the last 2 or 3 kilometers before I get here. Okay? How far is it from my radio station to this television studio? How far is it? It's about 10 kilometers. It's about 10 kilometers. And it takes me 25 minutes. How far is it? How long does it take you? How far is it? How long does it take you? How far is it from the radio to the television? How far is it? How far is it? How far is it? It's 10 kilometers. How long does it take? How long does it take to drive from the radio to the TV? It takes 25 minutes under normal traffic conditions. But if there weren't, una sola sílaba, no decimos weren't, como decís vosotros muchas veces. If there weren't any traffic, it would take 10 minutes probably. Very quick, it would take 10 minutes. 10 kilometers in 10 minutes, no problem, okay? And if there were heavy traffic, it would take much longer. But normally there isn't heavy traffic when I come here, okay? Earlier in the morning, yes. During the rush hour, there's a lot of traffic. During the rush hour, las horas punta. En inglés decimos la hora de las prisas. To rush, R-U-S-H, is to hurry. No te apresures, no te des prisa, no es necesario. Don't rush. There's no rush. No hay prisas. La expresión no hay prisas. Hay dos formas. There's no hurry. There is no hurry. Pero es más corriente todavía, bastante más. There's no rush. There's no rush. N-O, no N-O-T, eh? No. There's no rush, don't worry. Learn English? Don't worry. There's no rush. Okay. There's no rush. To change this microphone, yes. I was telling the technical people here, I don't like this microphone and I want a different one. And they said, well, when do you need it? Well, as soon as you can. The sooner the better. Cuanto antes mejor. But there's no rush. Don't worry, there's no rush. Okay. Hay demasiada gente en esta empresa, en mi opinión. There are too many people in this company. In fact, there are too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Había una canción en los años 60. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Muchos jefes y pocos indios. All right. There are too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And in this company, there are too many people. There are. No, aquí no hay contracción. There are too many people. There is too much traffic in this city. There is too much money in that bank. There are too many people in this city. Okay. Too many, too much. Too many es contables. Too much is incontable, como el dinero. El dinero es incontable. You can't count money. What do you mean? See, money is incontable. There isn't any money. No sé si there aren't any monies. No sé si hay muchos dineros. If you want to count money, you need to use monetary units. And these units could be euros, dollars, pounds, yen, etc. Okay? Those are countable. How many dollars? How much money? Okay, había demasiado humo en la sala. There was too much smoke in the room. There are too many people in the room, and there is too much smoke. Eso es un contable. People is siempre plural en inglés. People are, okay? People are, all right? And too much. Smoke is incontable. No se dice humos. Bueno, en castellano sí decís a veces humos, echando, but con muchos humos. But in English, no. Smoke is always singular. So there's too much smoke in this class. There's too much smoke in this room, okay? Because there are too many people smoking in this room. Alcanzarás tu potencial, ya verás. You'll reach your potential. To reach es alcanzar. También es llegar. Cuando llegues a Barcelona, llámame. When you reach Barcelona, call me. When you reach Barcelona. Curiosamente, reach suele usarse en llegadas provisionales donde vas a seguir camino después. If you're planning to drive to Barcelona today, okay, from Madrid, to say cuando llegues a Barcelona, llámame. Diría probably when you get to Barcelona. When you get to Barcelona, call me. When you reach Zaragoza, call Juanita. Okay, but don't call me. Call me when you get to Barcelona. En ambos casos en castellano probablemente diríais, mire, cuando llegues a Barcelona, a Zaragoza, llama a Juanita, parece que todo bien. Luego cuando llegues finalmente a Barcelona, me llamas a mí. Okay, when you reach Zaragoza, call me. No, excuse me, call Juanita. And when you get to Barcelona, call me, okay? And I'll give you instructions, okay? So to reach is llegar a veces, o puede ser más, se use más en destinos preliminares, okay? But to reach also es alcanzar figurativamente como tu potencial, when you reach. Y eso es una llegada final, no es una llegada provisional. To reach your potential. Do you think you will ever reach your potential? Do you know your potential? To reach también es físico. Físicamente, I can't reach. Oh, you stretch your hand to reach. My wife is 1'76". She's quite tall. I'm 1'80", which means I'm 4 centimeters taller than my wife. And in our kitchen, there's one cabinet or cupboard that you open, and it's high, and you have to reach. Oh, I can reach it, and she can't. It's interesting. It's a question of 4 centimeters, and I can reach it, and she can't. I have to stand on my tiptoes. To stand on my tiptoes. Pone de puntillas. Okay, but I can reach it. And my wife has little china. The china, the elegant, elegant dishes. Okay, the plates, saucers, cups, etc. She has on that high shelf because we don't need to use the china, the good china, very often. But when she wants something from that, she can't reach it. Okay, so she calls me. She says, "Darling," I said, "Yes, honey, can you reach that shelf and give me 2 cups and saucers?" A cup es una taza, por supuesto, ya lo sabéis. Ahora, el plato que va debajo de la taza es the saucer. Saucer, como si fuera un salsador, un plato para salsas. Saucer. De hecho, los platillos volantes en inglés se llaman flying saucers. Salsadores voladoras. Okay. Okay, flying saucers. UFO, los UFOs, los ovnis, a UFO, a flying saucer. Have you ever seen a flying saucer? Have you ever seen a UFO? Si vieras uno, if you saw a flying saucer, would you tell other people? Okay. All right. Alcanzarás tu potencial. You'll reach your potential. Lleva esto a mi secretaria, por favor. Take this to my secretary, please. Could you take this to my secretary, please? Lo importante aquí es take como llevar. My Spanish students never assimilate that word. They understand it in class. They repeat it in front of me in class, and then in real life, they never use it. I've been teaching English for many, many years. Most of those years in companies. Teaching in meeting rooms, in classrooms, in offices, y luego haciendo pasillos, and then walking along the halls. And I have observed my students using English in real situations, in meetings, calling London or Chicago or Dallas or Melbourne on the telephone and listening to them. And it's funny. It's funny. Es curioso. Everything I teach them in the class, and they repeat diligently in class, they leave in the class. They don't take it with them to their office. And they use the same mistakes they always make in real life. So I have come to a conclusion, and I think my conclusion is fairly correct, bastante correcto. In order for you and other students of mine to assimilate a new form or a structure or a verb, you need to hear it or say it 500 times. And I think it's true. Everybody says, "How are you?" perfectly correctly. It's because they've heard it or said it 500 times. And it's the same. This is a pen. This is a pen. This is a pen because they've said this or similar 500 times. Okay? To assimilate. Eso es incorporar una estructura, una palabra, dentro de tu inglés activo de tal forma que lo puedes usar de manera ágil y espontánea en el momento necesario. That's to assimilate. And to assimilate a new structure, to take, for example, lleva esto a mi secretario, take this to my secretary. For some strange reason, with the verb to take, 500 times is not enough. I need 1,000 times. So, os voy a llevar a la tierra prometida del inglés. I'm going to take you. Otra vez con take. Lo contrario de bring. I'm going to take you to the promised land. I'm going to take you to the land where English is easy to speak and easy to understand. But it's a long journey. It's a long process. It takes, ahora take significa exige, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of perseverance. It takes a lot of willpower. Fuerza de voluntad, todo junto. Voluntad, poder, que es fuerza de voluntad. It takes a lot of willpower, and it takes a little bit of luck, un poco de suerte. With a little bit of luck, yes, you and I together. Hold my hand and I'll take you, and together I'll take you. O te llevaré, te llevo, te llevaré. Lo usamos el futuro en inglés. I'll take you to the promised land in English. But for the moment, we'll take a break. Aquí tomar un descanso, we take a break, okay? Be back in 5 minutes.